Wise man once said, look up, be grateful, look in, be blissful, look out, be useful. This is my attempt at being useful. Namaste, I'm Gopal Mehtani from Mumbai and I'm going to be sharing with you my COVID experience. So my motive to make the video is for the following reasons: to share my journey through COVID-19, the fear that I see and the carelessness in people, the slip-ups, how I got the virus, the symptoms I experienced, the BMC testing process, why I was allowed home quarantine, what are the medicines that I took, why we should all follow the lockdown, and the value of positivity and prayers. So when I was diagnosed with the virus, most people asked me how I was, and my reply to them with a straight face was positive. Next question invariably that came up was, how do you think you got the virus? Well, though there is no 100% foolproof way of finding that out, but I was very particular. Whenever I went out for some work, I would wear a mask, I would sanitize my hands regularly, I kept a distance with people, and I would immediately come home and take a shower. Every package that came home was sanitized with an antiseptic. So how was it still possible after taking so much care that I still got the virus? So it could be one of the two reasons. One, it could be the negligence in sanitizing one of the packages that came, or it could be the currency notes, the handling of the currency notes that were exchanged. It all started one evening when I had a chill soft drink. By night I had a sore throat, and the next day morning I had a fever. Without wasting any time, I immediately called my doctor to ask for her advice. She asked me the following questions if I had the following symptoms. Did I have any body pain? Did I have a constant cough? Did I have any breathlessness? Any loss of taste or loss of smell? Did I have blood pressure or did I have diabetes? I informed her that though my sugar levels were on the higher side, but I was on medication for the same. And I didn't have any of the above COVID symptoms. She said to start a few medicines, and I did the same. I asked her if I needed to get a COVID test done. She said since I didn't have any of the COVID symptoms and the fever was just between 99 and 100, she didn't see the need yet. But she did suggest that I isolate myself and get into a separate room and start using a separate washroom so I don't share that with the family. Her logic was simple, that even if it is a flu or a viral or an infection, why risk the spread to the family? I immediately isolated myself into a room and started using a separate washroom. Food was served to me in disposable plates, so we avoided any risk of contamination. While in the room, I constantly monitored myself. The oximeter I had, so the oxygen levels that came was between 95 and 99, which is normal levels. The fever was between 99 and 100 degrees. After a few days, on the night of 16th of June, the fever went up to 101. I immediately again called my doctor and we spoke, and she suggested that I do a proper diagnosis and we figure out where we go from here. On the 17th of June in the morning, immediately I went to Bombay Hospital and I got myself examined. The doctor out there suggested that I run a few blood tests, a urine test and a chest x-ray. And he wrote a note for me to get the COVID test done. I immediately got all the tests done at Bombay Hospital. The COVID test can be done at two places, private hospital and labs, or you have the BMC authorized hospitals. In Bombay Hospital, we had the BMC testing facility. I must say here that I have been very impressed with the way the BMC has handled the situation. The magnitude of the work they have been doing is phenomenal, and the dedication with which they have been doing it is remarkable. The system for the BMC test is very simple. We need to fill out a form where they'll ask you for some basic details: name, age, address, the phone number, if you've been in touch with any COVID patient, if you've traveled out of town. You need to hand over that form and the doctor's letter to the BMC personnel there, and he will do the swab test. The swab test does not even take 2 minutes and it's painless. The result gets communicated to you by email the following day, or if it's a positive, then you get a call from the BMC. So I got a call from the BMC officials and they informed me that I have tested positive. They asked me regarding my symptoms. I told them that I had no other symptoms except the fever. They asked if any of the family members had any symptoms. I replied in the negative. I informed the official that I had been in isolation in my room from day one when I had the fever, and I was using a separate washroom, not sharing it with anyone, and the food was being served to me in disposable plates, so there was no risk of contamination. She inquired who all were living in the house with me and if all the necessities and the food was being taken care of. I gave her the necessary information. She was happy that I didn't have any major symptoms, and she was happy with the discipline we maintained at home, and that there was no potential of any spread at home. She gave me 3 options. I could check into any hospital of my choice. I could get admitted in any of the BMC quarantine centers, or I could be in home quarantine. I chose the home quarantine option. Within a few hours, the BMC officials came over to our building and they put a notice outside our house stating that our family would be under quarantine for 14 days and nobody would be allowed to go in or out of the house. I must add here again that the BMC officials who came over and also the BMC G South ward official who I spoke to on the phone all spoke very politely and with a lot of empathy and sounded very genuine and caring. I continued to receive a call over the next 14 days every day inquiring about my health, and the call always ended wishing me a speedy recovery. They did their job really well and I'm thankful to them for the same. Coming back to my journey, I informed my family about the home quarantine. At the same time, I also called the managing committee of a building society and informed them about my situation. Also, I sent out a WhatsApp message to the building members. I didn't want to cause any inconvenience to anyone or create any panic. It was only fair that I informed them about the situation and the care and the precaution we are taking at home. All the neighbors, friends replied very positively and offered a lot of encouragement and support. Many of them even offered to do our outdoor chores for us, buying groceries, veggies, etc. Some even sent home cooked food, from kheer to curry to even idli, upma. It was really heartwarming. I received an abundance of prayers from everyone. I am a part of a spiritual group and we connect online every evening and we chant the shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita and we also offer prayers. It's a great source of strength for me and my family. This kept us positive and allowed us to face the situation with a calm mind. Many people have asked me what was the medication I was taking. Initially, to manage the fever, I was given some medicines and also an antibiotic for my sore throat. I was also doing a lot of home remedies like steam inhalation, drinking warm water, herbal infusions or kadha. After I tested positive, the doctor prescribed something to manage the sugar levels, a vitamin C tablet, a zinc tablet and some multivitamins. I sincerely request everyone not to become a self doctor and start self medication. It's best to be in touch with an expert who can guide you what is good for you. In addition to the above, there was a secret medicine I was taking which helped me a lot. Laughter, as they say, is the best medicine. It releases endorphins, makes you happy, and laughing out loud increases the oxygen in your lungs. I am blessed to see humor in most situations. It doesn't take much to make me laugh out loud, literally. I watched a lot of comedy movies and stand-up comedies to entertain myself during my room bars. Friends, if they didn't want to disturb me, would call my sister to check on my health. And she would simply say that I can't see him, I can't meet him, but from time to time I keep hearing a lot of loud laughter coming from his room. So I guess he's recovering well. I'm grateful to all of you who would call, message, email, and I'm also thankful to those of you who deliberately stayed away and allowed me space to rest and recover. Thank you to you all. Many friends wanted to know what was I doing to keep myself busy while I was in the room alone. I would be watching a lot of comedies, like I already mentioned. I would binge watch Ramayana and Mahabharata. I love cricket, so I would be watching some of the old cricket matches, do a little bit of reading here and there. Many of my well-wishers made it a daily habit to call or message every day. An aunt would send an inspirational message every morning to motivate me. A cousin would send me some jokes during the day to keep me in good spirits. Dear friend would send me bhajans to keep my faith going. Some wonderful souls would do pranic healing and Reiki prayers for me every day. Many people from the building would keep messaging to check on me. Few people who didn't even know me would message and say that they are praying for me. They would have heard about me through a friend or any of their relatives. The grace and blessings of my Dada Guru, Param Pujya, Shri Swami Chidambaranand Saraswati Ji Maharaj, and my Sadguru, Ma Samvedanand Saraswati Ji, and prayers of our Satsang group were a source of great confidence and peace. During the time in my room, I also did a lot of positive introspection. I would review my life, what I have done, what are my goals going forward, how to achieve them, make plans, set priorities. A lot of quality time I got to spend with myself. A friend of mine pointed out that this COVID seems to be like a silver lining in a dark cloud. I told her that no, it was a silver cloud, not a silver lining. I am blessed to be staying in a sea-facing apartment and have a beautiful sea view from here. So many evenings were spent admiring the beautiful sea view and the sunset. So among all of this, the 14-day quarantine ended, and the amazing and funny thing was, so I got tested on the 17th of June. The result came positive on the 19th of June. And on the 20th of June, I had no fever and no symptoms. I had some weakness and I continued to be in isolation till the 1st of July when the BMC quarantine ended. Then I had to sanitize the room and the washroom which I had been using. And even after a few days, I continued to have some weakness. Since I didn't have any of the COVID symptoms, my doctor advised not to repeat the COVID test. There's a possibility of the COVID virus shedding for 2 to 3 weeks. So it's best to wear a mask at home and not venture out. I would like to end by sharing some of my insights with you all. I have divided the insights into 3 parts: body, mind, and soul. For the body, eat healthy, avoid cold food and beverages, stay hydrated, drink plenty of warm water, Regular steam inhalation helped me to keep sanitize the nasal passage. Only go outdoor if necessary, and please carry 4 things with you: a mask, a face shield, hand sanitizer, and gloves. Please come back and take a shower. Sanitize anything that comes inside your house, and always wear a mask and gloves while doing so. Keep your sugar and blood pressure levels in check. Improve your lung capacity by doing a lot of yoga and pranayam. This helped me a great deal, and my yoga sir recommends that we do the 4 pranayams, mainly Anulom Vilom, Kapalbhati, Ujjayi, and Bastrika. For the mind, don't be too fearful or too casual about the virus. Be informative. If you have tested positive, please be in touch constantly with your doctor and keep updating them about your parameters. Let the doctor decide what's good for you. He is the expert. He is seeing many patients every day. He knows what's good for you. Be in touch with positive people. Many of my friends would keep messaging and encouraging me to laugh and be positive. Some would tell me that I have now developed antibodies against the virus and I had nothing to worry. Some would advise me that now I can go and help others and donate the plasma. A small word of encouragement goes a long way. Be wary of the negative news. It really does you no good. Don't forward WhatsApp messages without verifying the authenticity of the same. Avoid creating the panic. Read positive books, watch inspirational movies, practice gratitude, and be open to receive the goodness of the universe. For the soul, I humbly request you with folded hands not to neglect this part. Prayers have great power. Pray every day to whichever God or whichever Guru you believe in. Doesn't matter which faith or religion you follow. Pray, connect. It's a great source of strength. Every mantra has a vibration. Please chant some mantras daily. It will help you a great deal. It doesn't matter if you haven't prayed or chanted before in your life. No matter how long the room has been in darkness, light a lamp now and there's light. Jab jage tab savere. It's never too late. With prayers, as they say, the impossible becomes the impossible. I would like to end by sharing a few lines which my Dada Guruji always blesses us with. He says, Vyast raho, swast raho, mast raho.